Well, hey, we're back again with another episode of DMV Sports 3 with the extras on the bottom. These are our fellas here, Darius Newman and BJ Morgan, our resident statistician
You.
for the NASCAR
Good evening, good
podcast.
evening, good evening,
We're
good
talking
evening.
about, that's right, we're talking about NASCAR today. That's Big Al, my road dog,
Big Al in the house.
the one that doesn't watch the race, but it's all good.
Just
Yeah.
missed this
Man, you
one.
ain't watched the race, man. That's crazy. You
Just,
missed this one.
I heard this
This is
was
a
one of the
classic.
best races ever, though. I mean, I thought it was
This is a
that.
classic.
Yeah, I thought it was that Tallahassee. What was it? Talladega was the best race. But now y'all tell me this Kansas was the best race. Okay, so tell me about the race. What happened? What happened?
Well, I can tell you about the race by just telling you the closeness of the finish. It was 0.00.
Jesus.
You want to know how close that is?
Was that a
And right off the bat, we got a question because I saw somewhere, I don't know where it was, but I was, as you look at the pictures of the still pictures of when they're coming in to show the closeness of it all, and they say that the actual painted white lines are not indicating, indicative of where you finish.
what?
So when you look at the picture and you see the spoiler, there's a little bit in front. They say that the white line on the track is not what you're looking at. Did y'all hear that? Because everybody was trying to determine where the race actually finished at, but it's not actually that painted white line. Because if you look at the painted white line and a
It's
close
kind of
up,
crooked a little bit.
yeah, one of them is closer. One of them's more left than it's supposed. It got some extra paint on it. Put it that way. And so that's why they don't count the painted line, because it's an actual physical painted line, and you don't necessarily get that as straight as like a computer generated line would do, or an actual radar line. What do you call, or laser line. So do anybody know what they actually use as the finish line?
You got me beat there because I always did think it was the white line.
Yeah, well, that's
From what I
because it's never that
understand,
close.
they have the transponders on the back of each car, and for time and scoring, they have a camera set right. It's on, I think, on the pit lane, but I think there's another one set right by the flag stand, and that I think is what they officially count for timing and still scoring. Like the white line is just, it's more of a symbol than it is like an actual thing to count for. Because if you see it right there, yeah, see, it looks like there's a little bit more sticking out from
Yeah, little
where
right
the
here.
5 is touching the line to where the 17 is at. From what I understand, though, they got like a camera that sits right by the flag stand. They got another one that sits on the pit lane where they snap photos at, and the transponders that are on each car for time and scoring are in the back of the cars. That's why when it came across the line initially, I think it said Busher, I think, was first, then Larson second, and then NASCAR made the call to swap them around, I guess based off of what they saw in the photos.
Hey, man, we either split in the trophy or we rock, paper, scissors, and best out of three.
Man, you can't get no closer than that, man. Is his spoiler a little bigger than the other guy's spoiler? Or that's just the angle of the car.
No, well, it's the track, but no, they both got the same splitter. The
It's
cars,
the
the
track.
cars are identical, basically on
So
the
is the
outside.
track angled like this?
No, well, it's got no. That's on the straightaway here. It's not in the turn. If it was in the turn, it'd be a little bit more curved, but no, this is on the straightaway. Now, the one
But
thing
I
I
do
didn't
see
like.
where. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I do see though where like as soon as you get to that apron, it just seems like it's like an inch of white paint that they
Yeah, right.
left off compared to the track,
Yeah,
Hmm.
which
yeah.
is
So
crazy.
that's interesting. I never thought about it, and actually, you don't really even think about it because you don't really have races this close, so it really doesn't even matter. But being that over the last couple, well, actually this year, we've had three of the closest races ever
Mind
this year.
boggling, bro.
So, I mean, when you're talking about cars being equal to a certain point, this is putting a lot of competition into racing. As long as you know, I'm all for hard racing. I'm all for a little bumping and grinding. That don't bother me none. But I thought it was kind of out of place for Larson to go way down the track and hit the dude. You know what I mean? I understand he's trying to angle him out or force him low. You know what I'm saying? And when Buescher was down low already, he was damn near below the line, and Larson came all the way down at an angle and it hit him. It's almost like he was trying to spin him out before he got to the line. Now, I like that during the race. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought that was kind of petty. I don't subscribe to soft racing, but I don't subscribe. I subscribe to racing hard and knowing
Fair.
fair, knowing when to push and when not to push. If you're gonna race to the line, race to the line. Don't try to spin the dude out. He obviously was trying to put dude into the grass. And once you're in the grass,
don't know.
what?
I ain't see that. I ain't see that on my end.
I saw it 4-5 times.
And I'm not even a Kyle Larson fan for real. And you know that. I made that known on the show a few times. I'm not a huge Kyle Larson or Hendricks fan as much, but I didn't see it that much. I thought when they came off of turn 4, one, Chris Buescher almost put him in the wall going through 3 and 4 because he was sliding up. So, and that when you come to the last race, man, we're gonna be on each other to try to win that race. It gives you that old Darlington feel when Sterling Martin was battling with Ricky Craven. They were literally beating each other and banging pause, but like coming off of turn 4 with their cars. And so when I saw Kyle Larson, I thought he overcorrected. I thought he was going down. I didn't think he knew how close he was when he started going down. And I thought he was going to side draft real quick because Ricky did get enough steam that's my remembrance. So I thought he was going to try a side draft and slow him down, and it just got too close, and they just started making contact and beating each other up until they got to the start and finish line. But I thought it was just part of racing, bro. I thought it was part of racing.
What you see? BJ?
I think what he means. I think he's talking about the Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven finish. Yeah, I think.
There you go, that one.
I think if Buescher was going to kind of, because Buescher, he didn't put him in the wall, but he didn't leave him a lot of room coming outside the turn. So I think at the very least it was fair for Larson to try to, if Buescher was going to do that, to try to make Buescher change his line a little bit. Because the thing is I thought about it, that night. I'm thinking about, well, man, I guess they screwed Buescher off with the line, how they got the line painted. But at the same time, like, if Buescher would have stayed above the apron, he probably still would have won if he didn't go below the white line. Like, what Larson did, like you said, I'm not the hugest Larson fan either, but I feel like if dude is going to do this to me, I feel like it's only fair for me to give a little get back to you, as long as I don't, wreck you and tear you up or nothing like that. If you're going to kind of leave me that much little space, and I'm going to try to do what I got to do and win. I'm going to try to come down a little bit and maybe get you to at least change your line a little bit. I ain't going to try to wreck you, but hey, if I get you to change your line a little bit, and he changed the trajectory of him to where Buescher was up underneath the apron instead of staying up on the racetrack to cross the line. If Buescher stays up on the track where that part of the line, that edge of that line just stays up just a little bit, he probably wins the race. But that's what I saw on that one.
I thought he would have caught him even on the track. I just think that high line, man, he should never give him that high line going into 3 and 4. Either stay committed all the way to the bottom and ride your line, or literally get up into his and block the air. So that way he doesn't get that run, because that run coming off of 4 was crazy, even a lap before. So yeah, I think he would have got regardless.
Maybe. I just think.
So please help me catch me up to speed. What have I missed so far besides Bubba, like, really disappointing me?
These two cats. These two cats caping for Kyle Larson.
No, okay.
Man, look, for fair is fair, my brother. Again, I'm not a fan, bro. But I feel like that was just racing, man. He should never had the opportunity to do that in the first place. I'm telling you, Ricky lost that race.
He need to write Kyle Busch a thank you letter, because if Busch don't spin out to create that last caution, he probably don't have an opportunity to get back up there. Busch spun out at the end to create that last caution, and like he just spun out by himself and nobody hit him, and that's how Larson got up. So, he need to write Kyle Busch a thank you letter this week.
Yeah.
Do it quick.
For a long love letter.
Hey, Biggie,
All right,
did
well,
you watch the race, Biggie?
let's take a look at it. Let's
I
take a look at
I
it.
caught a little glimpse of it.
Did you catch the end or you caught what part?
I was in between though, but yeah, I
I
didn't
got
catch
you.
the end though. But I heard it was a little crazy though.
The best, the closest finish in history, man.
So first three is spoken up. I think he tried to put him into the grass. Y'all think he was just racing? We're gonna ask the other three fellas who didn't watch the race this time. What do y'all think about the end of this race? All right, watch the end of the race and tell me what do y'all think about the. I mean, don't look. The ending is exciting. I'm not asking you that. What I'm asking you is did the number 5 try to put him into the grass, try to get him off the road so he can win? All right.
All right, let's see it. I zoomed in on it so I could look at it.
Don't put sound.
He goes to the outside. Now I want you to go back.
I was disappointed in Denny in that restart. I thought he would have had a better restart there. And then look at this guy.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh yeah. That second one.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
He not. Yeah.
Restart. We do it one more time. Oh, one more time.
Yeah.
So who won the race?
The 5 won the race. The
5
one that
won?
hit the other dude.
Yeah.
You should never gave him that line.
He wasn't that close to the wall. He didn't put him into the wall. He gave him plenty of room. Look on that room.
Yeah.
Larson like to be on the wall anyway.
Right there you go.
Come on, man. That's just disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
So 5 won the race, even though the painted line doesn't. You can't tell where the painted line.
Look how far he came down. He below the white line.
No, nah, he did that purposely.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he pushed him.
So y'all say that's racing?
At some point,
That's something that I
on the
can
last
see.
lap, yeah.
Yeah, for the win,
I
yeah, that's
can
something
see.
I can see them letting go and them letting fly for the last lap or whatever. Knowing how NASCAR and stock car racing is, that's what they're gonna call no expression rubbing is racing or trading paint. That's what they're gonna call that. Yeah. I think did he give him a little extra bump for that? Yeah, true, but he didn't the 17 car didn't have to go back on the record. Like he made him change his line a little bit, and I think that's how
He almost spun him
that's
out.
how in that particular instance for the win, yeah, I can see them giving that the green light. There are some instances where you can say, yeah, okay, no, you don't need to do that or whatever. But in that particular case, yeah, I mean, and I ain't like I said too, I'm not trying to just play for the guy. Like I said, I'm not really a huge Larson fan either, but I'm just calling what I see there from years of just watching the sport.
I mean, let's.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse where they actually put the person in the wall, or like they really actually spin them out and they don't finish second. You know what I mean? So I've seen worse. I think that one is like a pass too for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna let y'all have it because it was the last lap, and I don't care exactly about neither one of them two dudes. But just saying, I don't like Larson more than I don't like Bush. So, it didn't look right to me. But on the last lap, it's a fight. It's a fight in the last lap. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna get tapped out.
It's definitely a boxing match at the end.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get tapped out one way or another. That's why you get all those wrecks in the restrictor plate. When it comes down to the last 10, 15 laps, somebody gets spun out. If you're going too slow, somebody will get spun out. You're gonna put you in the wall, and then we'll start over again.
That's a fact. I know we mentioned, Kyle Larson should be thanking Kyle Busch, but he also need to be thanking Denny Hamlin for that horrible restart. Like, just looking back, I forgot how bad that restart was that led to all of this. My man started second. He started on the inside of the first row and spun probably the back. I don't even know what happened. They didn't even talk about it, but he probably spent the tires.
Yeah, he probably
missed the gear.
tires.
I don't know.
You take 2 tires? Sometimes you take them 2 tires and you just.
So, DK,
you took 2 tires?
What was Bubba in
I don't know.
Situation?
Huh?
What was Bubba in this whole situation?
Bubba had a rough day. Another rough week. I say that. He didn't qualify well, and I think that's partly because he goes so early. He was like number 1 for a while in his qualifying, But once them cars come out later and later, man, the track gets cool. They get faster. It's just he can't keep the speed up. So he qualified like 20, right? He started in 20th or something. He
23rd
was in
I
exactly.
remember you stuff.
23rd, 20. So
Yeah.
I guess he wanted to start with his car number. But yeah, he
Mhm.
started 23rd, and he didn't come up through the crowd like they were thinking that the Toyotas were going to do, because they was expecting the Toyotas to run through the crowd a little bit, going off what they had last year, because the Toyotas were fast last year. But it took him a while. He would get two or three cars, and then nothing. He'll flatten out. He go in the pits, lose a spot, come back out. He'll get two or three spots on the track. But the real problem is he got spun out toward the end of the race. Um, no, not toward the race. Was it the second stage? Or it was the second stage, wasn't it? Or was it the
I
third
think it
stage?
was around toward the end of the second stage. It was
Yeah,
just right after another restart. I know that much because the field was still kind of bunched up a little bit, kind of
yeah.
like the one that
Well,
happened last week at Dover. It was like a lap or two after a restart.
yeah. Luckily, he didn't damage the car too much, because he did hit the wall, but he didn't damage it too much. But the problem was he just didn't have any speed. No matter whether the car was clean or not, he didn't have any speed. Even when they tried to flip the pits, where he stayed out that time and got all that track position. For a while he was in third place, but
Mm.
couldn't hold on, and he just kept dropping like a rock. And one of those because he had no tires, but the other ones he just car didn't have any speed, man. He was lucky to get what he got. To be honest with you.
So you think his car wasn't set right or what?
Nah, it's just one of them things, man. I don't know. I don't know. I wish your boy was on here. Maybe he would know. But I don't know from track. Well, some manufacturers have problems on certain tracks or
Certain
certain
tracks.
certain size tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the Toyotas aren't good on a mile and a half. Sometimes Fords aren't good
Yeah.
on super speedways.
Uh,
Sometimes Chevys aren't good in the restricted place. It's always something with these cars, and it's not necessarily how the crew chief sets them up all the time. It's just they come to the track with no speed, and it makes no sense because you had speed at the same track last year, and you damn near bringing back the same thing you had last year. It
mm,
also depends on what time of day they race. We had a long race delay, and
right,
the track was just clean as it could be, so didn't have no rubber on it. So they had to wait for the track to come around, but it still didn't help none. So
right,
a lot of things went against them, but shit, a lot of things went against everybody.
right.
So, he's in a slump right now. He can't get that car right, no matter what track he goes to, because they've been to different size tracks.
Right.
So Darius, you frozen, I think, bro. So yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
DJ, do you have an explanation on that as far as why some cars don't have the speed that they had last year?
Well, I would say that
I,
this is the type of thing that makes me wonder what their preparation through the week is like. I'm not saying that they don't prepare and put time in, but it makes me wonder what does some of the other teams do Monday through say Wednesday or Thursday that some of the other teams and drivers do. Like you said, they just didn't have any speed in the car. I wish he
Yeah,
could get away from hanging around the drivers I call the mid-pack mafia. I call them the mid-pack mafia, the
mid-pack
guys
model.
who routinely run 18 to 25th and don't mind taking you out and taking themselves out. The last 3 weeks he's going off of guys. He's been sent off of guys who hang back there, either 1 or 2 year drivers or drivers who only into the series because they daddy or granddaddy on the team, something like that. And you hang around those cats for too long. So eventually one of them will take you out because they probably took themselves out. And
Mhm.
I don't know if it's just I'm not saying they don't prepare, but this, like I said, I wonder what their midweek preparation was like. Now, I mentioned I forgot what I was going to say. I just wonder what their midweek preparation is like. Like I wonder what do they do like on a day like today, what did that team spend time doing that Hendrick was doing was or what doing or what Joe Gibbs was doing? Is it a money thing? Is it a okay, we don't have the engineers, whatever it is, I just makes me wonder what it is. Because now they say all the cars are so equal. Other than that, I don't really have an explanation other than somebody somewhere is not putting in the preparation and time that needs to be put in on a day like this so you can show up and perform on Saturday and Sunday or whatever. That's all I
Booty,
think about.
booty, booty.
Not booty. Not
It's
my
got.
man.
Hey,
That's
listen,
my
the
man.
buck got to stop somewhere, man. The buck has to stop somewhere. So they always say the buck stops at the top. So Booty is in control of that thing, man. And it's funny because I mean, you look at Larson now. He's got every track he goes to, he has speed. You know, um, Denny Hamlin, every track he goes to, he has speed. So I just don't understand. You know, these are professional tuners, man. These guys, that's all they do, and it's just not keeping up with the trend. I don't know what's going on, but like I said, I said it. I said it early from the beginning of the year. Might need to get rid of the crew chief.
I know what's going on. I think it's a conspiracy. I think,
Uh-oh,
think, Nas-
uh-oh.
think NASCAR,
Conspiracy Steve in the house.
I'm trying to tell you, I think NASCAR is rigged. I think it's just like they want certain people to win because they're the face of NASCAR. So it's just like, you know what? We're gonna have these 3 to 4, maybe even 5 people to,
Steve,
win.
Biggie.
Hell,
Bubba's damn near the face of NASCAR. He's on everything now.
I mean, but Bubba ain't winning, man. Bubba,
That's
it's,
nothing new.
That's a fact.
I think they want Bubba to win, but Dicky, what's the driver leader? Who's the leader in the pack house now? With the
I think it's Larson.
Larson now is
Larson or
Larson's
maybe
the
one of
points
them.
leader.
Larson's the points leader.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
number 1 right now. Truex is second, which is crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Well, yeah, Truex,
He's been-
Truex.
Truex
Yeah.
have they won? Truex won a race this year?
Nah,
Truex
but he
has
had a
He been
nowhere.
finishing well in them
Yeah.
stages. That's how he getting the
Yeah.
points.
That stage point.
Yeah.
He's fast. Every
he got a few
race,
top fives
he's
though.
fast.
He's fast. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's finished like four top fives, 4 or 5 top fives, something like that.
Yeah, he got
He's been up there.
4 top 5, 7 top 10s, and 2 stage. He only has 2 stage wins, but he's 29 points behind. So, but he's steady. Eddie.
Where's
That's
Denny?
how
Where's Denny
Bubba
at
got in
on the
last
list?
year. He was steady.
So Biggie, you think they sabotaging Bubba's car?
Man, I think they sabotage. I think they sabotaging everything, man. I think they just. We can't blame it on Bubba, so we'll blame it on the pit. You know what I'm saying? We'll just have the pit slow it down a little bit. Like, man, somewhere along the line, somebody miss a screw or somebody not, what I'm saying, putting on the tire, fast enough. I mean, something's up, man. Something is really up. Because I mean, I could see your pit crew, messing up maybe once, twice. But I mean, it just seems like every single race, man, always something up, man. And it's just like, come on, like really, like when he was right there in the beginning of the pack, when he was came in 4th, 5th. I mean, and then you start off the next, you start off and then come back to get, what was he? What did he come back with? When he finished 4th or 5th, and then the following race he ended up in 9th place, 10th place. Like,
the first 3 races.
yeah, like, come on, man. Like you would
Listen,
there you take like 4 steps back. Like, come on, man. Something.
I don't put it past anybody, to muck stuff up on purpose or on purpose by accident. But I gotta take this real quick.
But I mean, it's like the saying, "Fool me once, shame on," you know what I'm saying? Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, man, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take for you
No,
to,
that's a
you know what I'm saying, realize, like, look, we're not winning. Something's up.
What do you think, Darius? You think that is just you think it's pit crew, or is Bubba's not driving well, or what do you think it is?
Nah, I think it definitely is within. It's within the organization. We gotta make some type of adjustment because it ain't working right now. I mean, Bubba could. It's just some of these situations also just bad, bad place, bad bad timing. But when you really look at the season overall, it's been more on the team than like him on the track. So I think it's take this time, let him also get focused, make sure we avoid accidents at all costs, and then as a team, man, we got to improve our team. We got to be able to mirror if we're trying to be this top team like Hendricks and Gibbs and Penske. Yo, them teams are well rounded. They built strong everywhere. They don't have a weak link in their organization. So we got to do the same thing.
Yes, so maybe that's part of the problem too. Maybe we're expecting too much out of the 2311 car since they're connected so closely with Joe Gibbs. We just figured that it'd be the
Well,
apple wouldn't fall far from the tree.
Deacon, the 45 car is already won this year.
And
Then. I
the
mean, that's
45, the 45 is in fifth place.
my
So
point.
yeah,
So
but you see,
it's the same organization.
yeah, but it's the same organization, but different crew chiefs, different. They still do their own thing. They all meet together. They all have a plan. They all work together and try to make the race cars better. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like Reddick doesn't set his car up like Bubba does, and vice versa.
Nah,
You cannot put
yeah,
these guys in the same car, built the same way and set the same way and get the same result.
Aren't they
So
teammates though? Why wouldn't they have a similar setup?
because everybody likes
they got different
one likes
drive
it loose,
styles.
one likes it tight.
Okay.
One
Yeah,
likes the end to be a little loose, one likes it to
Okay.
be, in the road. So it's a lot of different things that go on with the car during the race that one driver might like and one doesn't like.
Right.
And one thing that Bubba may like, it may make him slower, but may give him more traction. You know, Reddick might like his car a little looser in the rear end and makes him fast on the road. You know what I'm saying? But Bubba can't drive it like that. So it's just different drivers, different races. So I think that could be part of the problem is they have to find a consistent setup that Bubba can drive fast and not just drive. You know what I mean? Because I don't know whether what he likes isn't conducive to winning, and he has to get out of his comfort zone. He has to learn how to give better feedback during the race to make the car better during the race. Because I haven't really seen a race where they have constantly worked on the car and gotten better and faster. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them get better positions because cars be wrecking in front of them. So, but I haven't seen them work on the car and make it better during the race. You know what I'm saying? You can see that because I remember Kyle Busch used to do that. I mean, all the time in the 18. He'd work on that car, and then at the end of the race, he'd be fast in the front. Denny Hamlin does that. Tony Stewart used to do that a lot. These guys are professional race car drivers, but they also know what they need in a car. So they know whether they need um, more brake, they need more camber, they need something. They know how to tell the crew chief what they need and what would help them on the track, as just opposed to the crew chief taking a guess as to you telling me that is loose, so I need to tighten it up. Okay. What do you want? You want to put a little more rear end in it? You want to put, what I'm saying? Your front end plowing. Okay, so what does that mean to me? So they got to get together. And it could be just right now it's not working, but if they don't have that set up together like they should, then that's what they need to be working on right now. BJ is what you're talking about during the week. They need to be figuring out. Okay, if you say this is what I'm going to do to the car. Is that what you actually want me to do? Or do you want me to do something else when you say that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like this week's race is being won right now. Like you said about the setup, this week's race, this upcoming week at Darlington, that race is being won right now by who's putting in the time, who's going to have the fastest car. Because typically, yeah, anybody can crash, but typically you would increase your chances of being in stuff unless you have a mechanical failure. If you're just out in front of the field, if you're away from, like I said earlier, the mid-pack mafia, them cats that who If you don't watch out, one of them gonna do something and take you out and take 2 or 3 others out with them. The best medicine, the best escape is just to get away from them cats, be up towards the front. And I think this week, upcoming week's race is being won right now. But like you said, to your point, Deacon, is what we doing throughout the week to prepare and communicate and get ready for, by the time we show up to Darlington, I think qualifying on Saturday. Well, let's give us a good lap. Let's qualify in the top 10, the top 5. So we at the front of the field from the jump,
Yeah. That
Great.
qualifying is important, man.
Speaking of this week's race, what kind of race is this going to be? Is it going to be a super speedway or
Ooh,
Oh,
we in
my
for a
friend.
treat. We in for a treat.
a small track?
You talking about
Nah, it's
bumping and grinding.
yeah, we're going to Darlington.
I think technically it's an intermediate. It's bigger than a mile, but smaller than a mile and a half. It's like a mile and a third or something like that. Darlington is.
Mm-hmm.
And like a paper clip, big old paper clip.
That's the track right there. It's a little fat on one end, small on the
Can we
other
go
end.
3 wide, Darius?
Hell no.
Nah, not at all. You could barely run 2x2 for too long.
Hey, listen, if you go 3 wide, somebody hitting the ball. It's just
Facts.
a fact. It's just a
That's
fact.
It's a good track though. You're gonna see some real cool play schemes this weekend. This is also the weekend when they be doing some throwbacks and doing some special stuff for Mother's Day. So you're gonna see some pretty cool paint schemes. By the way, I know I missed last week's show, but Reddick's paint scheme at Talladega when he won was amazing. I just wanted to say that for the record. That's probably one of the coolest paint schemes this year.
You gonna get the shoes for it? You gonna get the Crocs for it?
The Crocs for sure. I used to have a pair of shoes with that little print, that little elephant print. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, but Darlington is a fun track. It will be a lot of side swiping of different cars. People will get angry. It will be an angry track.
They're gonna be rubbing on each other.
Yeah. If you want to see some
cool.
hitting, you want to see some crashing, then Darlington is usually what you want to do. Although it seems like in Darlington, you can bang them cars up pretty good and they'll still stay on the track. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of wrecked cars. It's gonna be a lot of damaged cars. Put it that way.
How's the speed?
That wall won't be clean. That wall won't be clean at the end of this race. They lean on that wall a lot.
Yeah, either one side of your car.
So, is it a fast track?
We're about 100 miles an hour, can't you?
Like 180. I think about 170, 180 on the front stretch.
No.
Going into turn 1, turn 3, you hit like 170, 180.
The record, hang on, I believe Eric Almirola has, that cat just retired. He has the record, I think, for the single individual fastest lap, at least in the Cup Series. If I'm not mistaken, he has the single individual fastest lap. And I'm trying to look it up right now.
Yeah, he qualified for pole a few years back, right?
Yeah, it was. He was on the pole, and he had a lap of. Let me see lap records.
Overall under Big Al 140.
140.
Way over that.
Over that.
I got over 180.
Nah, man, that's a speedway, man. That's a short track. This is a mid-size track. It's not
over 170. Over 170.
Okay. Yeah. So on April 11th, 2014, Eric Almirola qualified lap speed of 184.145.
Yeah, I'm saying. I knew it was one over 180. Hey, B.
Keep in mind, that was in the Gen 6 car. This ain't the Gen 7 car. That was in the Gen 6 car. I'm not sure what the record is for the Gen 7. That was the old car back in 2014. But yeah, that was Eric Almirola, a lap of 26.7, 184.45. Now, that's qualifying. Now, the race record, I think the actual race record, I think Denny Hamlin has. That's it. It doesn't have the miles per hour, but the race record, I think, it's a little slower because typically once they get running the race, the cars slow down. It's like 28 point something, but I think Denny Hamlin has the record in the Cup Series for the actual race. But for one single lap in qualifying, that's Almirola at 184.1.45 miles per hour.
Okay.
Very important question. Very important question. The last question for me. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. Very important. How many yeehaws are we gonna get before the end of how many dark nets we gonna see on the track?
Hey, you're not gonna see none of that. Go ahead, BJ.
I'm sorry, I missed it. How many what on the track?
Dark
How many
nets.
yeehaws over or under 10?
Y'all crazy, man. We done ran that out of the sport, man.
I
We
want
ran
to.
that out of the
I
sport.
want to go. I want to go just to experience it too, though. That's the funny thing, though, Big Al. I want to go and check it out personally for myself to see. All right, what y'all about over here in South Carolina? Let's see what the race coach is like
That's
over here.
far from you though, Deacon, right?
About, about 4 hours.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours, that ain't
You
bad.
been to the track?
No, I ain't been to that track.
You want to pull up?
Hey, listen. It took me a minute just to go to Bristol. That's down the street. Easy. I ain't going South Carolina. That's the deep south.
That's the deep south.
BJ would disagree with you though, man. BJ would
Deep south
disagree with you.
NASCAR.
It's like you might not come back.
BJ would
I don't know, man. South Alabama is tough too. South Carolina, Alabama got to be one of the. Well, I think those are the two craziest tracks, the deepest tracks that I don't know. I want to pull up on yet.
Well, I went
Right.
to California.
I don't see any other track in the deep south like that. I don't think of any.
You like restricted play races, so to go to Talladega, it's in the middle of nowhere, so you ain't gotta worry about it too much.
Yeah, we got more of you'll see more of us at Talladega now, for sure. I don't know you see any of us in South Carolina.
Don't go by yourself. It's still NASCAR.
Well, I watched this one on TV. Then I watched this.
Yo, watch this one, Big Al. Darlington is fun. Darlington is
Watch
fun.
this
I give it that. If it doesn't rain, even if it rains, hang it.
Ain't it a night race? Ain't it? One Dawson race is at night.
No, Darlington is at 12:30 in the afternoon.
12.
Well, I know we all pulling for Bubba, but besides Bubba, who y'all got winning this one?
Goddamn Larson, man.
Larson.
Yo, Chase Elliott's been running real good lately. I think Chase Elliott's making a comeback.
I think you got to watch out for the cat who won here. I know nobody hardly repeats anymore at the track these days, but I think you got to watch out for Byron, man. That's who won this race last year, the 24th car. He and Hamlin got the most wins this year, and I feel like they about due to. If he don't win, he probably gonna come close to winning because he in that point now. He had a few down weeks, kind of for a Hendrick car, and he about due to come back up, and I think he'll be somebody to watch in that race just because he won it last year. And he's gonna have confidence knowing he don't won the track before. I think a driver when you don't won there before, that boosts your confidence going back. Hey, I don't won here before, so I can get up on the wheel and show these cats something. I think he'll be somebody to watch out for. He may not win, but I think he'll probably be one of the ones to watch for.
I'm gonna tell you one.
You know what's crazy about this though?
I'm gonna go with Christopher Bell.
Oh, you switching up, Deacon? I was just about to say something about that. Who your original pick was? Jay-Z, what's going on?
Somebody need to go ahead and put Kyle Larson to the fence. Calm him down a little bit.
Hey, either be Ross Chastain or Denny Hamlin.
Now, Briscoe on for last week.
Oh, Briscoe. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, Briscoe. Hey, Briscoe, watch out for that kid, man. You're going to definitely put him through the He could be a little young Kyle Busch.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? I see you made it. You was having trouble with your internet connection.
Trey Z is a true X fan. He's a true X fan.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and don't count Truex out either. I mean, he hasn't won this year, but he's been right there. He's always been in the conversation toward the end of the race as to who has a chance.
It's just funny though. Granted, you changed your pick, and I know we were talking about Joe Gibbs, but it's funny how Hendrick and Joe Gibbs are the only two teams that we could pull winning drivers from right now that we putting our money on. At first, we were talking all Hendrick drivers, but then we started putting Gibbs in that conversation. But it's just crazy seeing how it's really just been them two teams winning races this year. They've been dominating, as far as the majority of the victories.
I think it's going to be somebody who coming from a dirt track background. Knowing how to get into the corners, man, knowing how to come out the corners with speed. That's what this is all about.
It's a Tyler Reddick type of race.
It is.
He won. He did good the last race. I don't remember if it was the fall or the spring race was when he did good. He was running up towards the top. But this is a Tyler Reddick type of race. I can't say this is a Bubba race. I'm sorry, Bubba.
Nah, listen, he's gonna have. Look, you can tell where Bubba's gonna finish where he qualified. He's always gonna finish somewhere where he qualified. It's a sad fact. If he qualifies in the back, he's gonna be mid pack, unless they do some kind of crazy pit scheme or something like that. Try to get him out front and maybe catch a caution or something.
Some's got to give for him.
Biggie.
Hell,
man, I forget
Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you last.
If you ain't first, you last.
You said what?
I said I forgot you were here. Shit, you ain't said nothing in a minute. That's Biggie over there.
I lost you. What you
I don't have my screen up, so I can't see anybody. So if you don't talk, I can't. I forgot you were here, man. My bad. Biggie. Big question for you. All right. Do you think it's time for Bodie to go? I keep calling him Bodie. Booty. It's Booty sounds wrong, but it's right.
Do you think
it's time for Booty to go?
That's a tough question. If I had it my way, yeah.
So would you bring somebody up from Xfinity, or would you try to get a retread, somebody who's been around NASCAR for a while as a crew chief?
I mean, I would probably get somebody from that. I mean, it takes a winner to be a winner. You know what I'm saying?
They win at Xfinity too. Those are winners.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I mean, I'd have to really do a deep dive. I'm you know what I'm saying? Right now, I'll be looking for winners.
Biggie.
I'm shaking it up like I'm shaking it up like the Commanders organization, man. I'm getting nothing but everybody's gonna be around me is gonna be winners. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, next week I want you to come back with a report on that. Deep dive that for me and figure out whether this is Booty's problem or this is communication from crew chief to driver.
I mean, but you got to shake things up, man. You got to shake things up. You honestly, the crew should have been fixed. The crew should have been fixed. But if you're waiting this long to like really just sit back and just watch this thing just burn, you know what I'm saying? Just like, come on. It don't take a genius.
Well, I know we complain a lot, but it's only been like 3 races. It's been 3 weeks of getting crashed out that he's been having bad performances. So
how long does it take for it just to?
Listen, I give him 5. I give him 5. Give me 2 more. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, you got 2 more. You got to show me something. Show me some improvement. I don't want to be back there in the pack where BJ call them mid-pack Bammers. So we got to make sure that we're not in that realm. Get me out of the back of the pack. Get me into the front.
And when
show me some progress.
You mean front? I mean what place in the front? Not no 6.
I'm talking top 15. Give me top 15 on the next race. And then give me top 10 on the next race.
BJ, is it common to change the crew chief in the middle of the season? Is that commonly done?
It can happen. It can happen. I'm not saying everybody does that, but like a football team or any other sports team can change a coach. Sometimes you have reasons. Either the owner will say, "Hey, this ain't working out. You got to go," or in some instances, I've heard stories of the crew chiefs themselves will say, "Hey, I don't feel I got the confidence I can do this, so we might need to part our own ways, or I got an offer to go do something else, and this ain't working out, so we might need to go our separate ways or whatever." And somebody else within the team will be promoted to within an interim basis until you want to find your regular crew chief. So I won't say it happens like everybody do it, like you hear it common, but it is it's something that you'll see happen from time to time. It's just if you got somebody say, "Hey, we wanted results and we couldn't get results, so buddy, we got to show you the door," or in the other instance, "Hey, we're not having the results, and I got to go part our separate ways peacefully."
Yeah, sometimes it's needed. I mean, even if you have success as a crew chief and driver, sometimes you need to mix that up too, because sometimes it's not healthy. You don't have a healthy relationship sometimes, and it just doesn't work after a while.
But it takes the crew chief to realize like what's not working. I mean, like it's common. That's why you're the crew chief. If you see something wrong, you're supposed to fix it. And that's why some of the best drivers, they have the best crew chiefs, because if they see something wrong, they fix it. They don't let it linger. You know what I'm saying? For that's how you fail.
You're right. Well, one thing we're not going to do is put Mariota in the game.
No,
We ain't gonna do that.
no.
He don't want that. He don't want that
we might have to put that quarterback from Merlin University in the game. What's that one that Biggie likes so much?
He's lucky he's under contract, bro. Because
he went to Denver
after preseason.
I thought he went to Phoenix.
Nah, he went. Oh no, he went to Seattle.
Seattle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to Seattle.
But I know he's a beast though. But nonetheless, Deacon, will you have your boy Bubba placing this?
I got him placing top 15 this week. I think this track falls into the purview of
not that place our top 15. I want to see top 10. I want to see top 10.
Big, you got to ease into it, man. You got to ease. You're gonna have hypertension. You keep it the one top 10. Right
man,
I ease into it. We done crashed out. We done crashed out 3 weeks in a row. Let me get my footing back. Let me get my foot back on the ground.
Make me a believer, Deacon.
Me top 15. Me top 15, big guy. Hey Trey.
Right.
Yo.
Hey, listen, we're gonna close it out, man. You got anything to say? If not, go ahead and shut us down.
Hey man, I apologize, fellas. I just getting here, man. But hey, I want to say shout out to BJ Morgan, the legend himself. On here, man. I appreciate that. So you got it neat.
Nah.
That's where the music come in. Okay.
I was laid back waiting for a big soliloquy.
I know, man. I was watching. You ain't put up none of my comments on the screen. I said, okay, well, you know what? I need to show my face just so I can curse you out. I can do that.
I thought that was personal comment. I think that was personal shit.
Like I normally do. We could do that if you need me to do that to spice things up. Biggie Steve in the house. My man Darius is washing clothes again.
We appreciate
out.
We appreciate y'all coming on, man.
Biggie Steve from the streets, BJ.
Y'all always make the podcast more easy to do, man. So we'll see y'all next week. We're going to Darlington this week. Let's hope for a top 15 at least, Biggie. How about that? At least top 15. We'll shoot for top 10, at least top 15. How about that, brother?
Give me 10, bro. Give me 10.
I just said 10. I said 10.
I don't blame you, Biggie Steve, bro. I want top 10 too, but I don't think it's realistic.
Hey, it's realistic. It's realistic. Hey, check it out. Bubba's 2 finishes at Darlington last year, P5 and P7. So it's possible.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
That's why I said BJ Morgan is in the house. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Hey,
let's go.
Statistician.
Biggie's on the street move. He on the street move.
He about to head out.
He about to head out on the street move.
Oh, don't put it up there now, Deacon. You know
All right, y'all.
All right, see y'all next week.
Later.
All right.